What's up, everybody? It's Manny Brandon from Mannys Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. Guys, today's video is for the ladies, all women, but especially African American women. We're going to get into why wigs, weaves, and braids are toxic and how they can create fibroids, ovarian cysts, and a host of other problems for women. You've got to look at everything they're putting in your products. All of that coming up right now. I'm back with Mannys Fitness Fortress. Once again, we're back at it. I want to thank all of you for watching. All of you watch my content on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram, and also TikTok. Thank you so much. At the beginning of the video, it's so important for me to say this. It's so important. Please like, hit the subscribe button, and share the video, and comment below after you watch the video. Please, it really helps in engagement. And there's a difference between a video becoming a dud, or getting spread and getting shared by YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, this video is for the ladies. A lot of women, a lot of people, a lot of human beings are getting all types of problems, health-related issues later in their life. Even it starts at 20 now. We got childhood obesity. What am I talking about? But a lot of us are not knowing where these things are coming from. And like I said, the certain powers that be, the elites, they're putting toxins in our foods and our consumer products that actually poison us. You got formaldehyde that's used in, funeral processes. It's crazy. The things that they're putting in the women's wigs, weaves, and braids is disgusting. Those three things I just mentioned carry the toxins that get absorbed into your bodies, ladies, that eventually lead to you getting 95% of any ailments that lead to fibroids, thyroid problems, ovarian cysts, and things like that. They totally destroy your reproductive system. And like the gentleman said here in this reel I got, if you were going to try to destroy a race or a gender or a species of people, this is the way to do it. We got to stop, we have to stop as a people and as a race, conforming to what feels comfortable and what's been known as tradition, and start to do what's right. And the first step is educating yourselves. Watch this clip right here.
Let's go. By the age of 50, 80% of black women will have fibroids, compared to the European women at 70% by the age of 50. And by the age of 35, half of black women will have fibroids. Stay with me. Have you ever thought why they say African, Caribbean women would develop fibroids more than any other race? Let's see. First, I want you to understand that everything that you put on your hair directly affects your reproductive system. The wigs, the weave, the glue, the hair dyes, the hair relaxers, the straightening of the hair. All of these things adversely affect your reproductive system. So if you're experiencing anything like heavy menstrual cycles, fibroids, cysts, PCOS, or have cancerous tumors in the reproductive area, this is one of the main reasons why. Because black women have been introduced to these harmful chemicals since teenagers, and some even younger. If you ever wonder how to get rid of a race,
now, I'm sure, this isn't advertised on the daily news. That's why I always said ever since, 2020, you can basically take what's on the news, reverse it, flip it, and then you got the truth. You never see anything like this on the news. The only thing you see on the news is the means in which they want to try to control you. They'll distribute information that can lead to your control. So, wigs and weaves usually come about later in a woman's life. I'll say early 20s maybe. A lot of women, especially African American women, didn't know how many toxins were put in our consumer products, namely synthetic hair pieces. And that's the thing, we're going to get into that later, but they always tell you now to buy human hair. Synthetic hair and synthetic hair products are the ones that carry the most toxins. All right. But for the most part, little girls, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up until teenage years, they usually get braids. At first it starts with mom just braiding their own hair. And as they get older, like maybe your early teens, they start adding extensions or synthetic braids to it. And that's where it starts. Um, like I said, young girls are usually not as worried about wigs or weaves at those younger and lower ages. But that's how they start. They slowly get us interested in certain products, and they don't tell you to read the fine print. Just like on any consumer product, any food product, they plaster on the front of the product in big, bright letters and words what they want you to see and read. Okay, they don't make the information readily available that actually causes toxicity in your body. That's on the back usually in small print, or not at all. So I want you guys to listen to this next reel. This is so important because I know all women of all ages get braids, whether they braid their own hair or they add synthetic braids to it. So from 14, to 84, guys, listen to this next reel. You have to take action.
With the chemicals that are in the braided hair that affects the scalp.
I'm a doctor of color. I see a lot of patients who have skin of color, so I have to kind of know about these things. There are a lot of chemicals in braiding hair. In fact, there was a recent study that showed that some of the chemicals can disrupt our hormones, etc. Some of them are known to cause contact dermatitis. Some of them can even cause cancer. One of the most commonly used things is they use like an alkaline coating in the braiding hair, and sometimes that can cause irritation. They also use benzene, which is a carcinogen. Benzene has been associated with leukemia. And then there are several other things such as flame retardants, especially with the hair, that can be aerosolized. Patients will inhale that, and then that can cause respiratory issues. But they tend to have really long names that you're not going to recognize. So I always suggest that patients look at the ingredients, because usually if it's a long name, you should look it up. Washing does help. You can use an apple cider vinegar concoction, usually like 1 part water, 3 parts apple cider vinegar. And you can soak the hair, allow it to air dry, and then use it, and that's less irritating.
How long do you recommend people actually keep their braids in?
Definitely no longer than 8 weeks.
All right. So I felt it very important to, to distribute this video because I care about my ladies, our young girls, our women, our mothers, our aunties. This is important because, people die from this stuff, but it's a slow process, like a frog being cooked in water that starts out cold but slowly becomes boiling. You don't know that all these chemicals are getting absorbed into your scalp, into your bloodstream, and it can cause several types of blood cancers too. So just listen to this. I'm going to read something from AI Overview, and these are all facts. This is AI Overview. All right, this is very important, ladies. To avoid chemicals, use human hair extensions, plant-based hair, or brands specifically labeled as non-toxic. Before installing synthetic hair, pre-wash it with a vinegar and water soak to remove chemical residue. During installation, use a protective barrier like aloe vera or plant-based oils between your scalp and the hair. Finally, maintain healthy hair by taking breaks between braid styles. One lady recommended 6 to 8 weeks, using moisture-rich products, and choosing a certified non-toxic brand for your next install. That's important. Make sure you guys, save this video so you can go back and use it as a reference. Choosing non-toxic hair. Human hair, opt for ethically sourced human hair extensions, which are a natural alternative to synthetic hair and won't contain harsh chemical coatings. Plant-based fibers. Some braids create hair from sustainable plant-based materials that are naturally non-toxic and eco-friendly. I bet they never told you sisters that. They just put it in a shelf, put it in a store. And people, the Asian community have stores that sell this stuff, and the Indian community. And they don't wear other people's hair or other synthetic hair as often as we do, our ethnicity of women, because they know the toxins that are in it. Certified non-toxic braids. Look for braids that are transparent about their materials and explicitly label their products as PVC free and non-toxic. That's what I was talking about. Read your labels, guys, not just on your food, but on all consumer products, because they put everything that's toxic for you in small print on everything. Pre-wash synthetic hair. If you must use synthetic hair, pre-soak it in a mixture of lukewarm water and vinegar for about 30 minutes to help remove chemical residues and prevent irritation. Protect your scalp. Create a barrier before braiding. Apply a layer of aloe vera or other plant-based oils to your scalp to create a protective barrier against any residual chemicals in the hair. Use gentle cleansers. When washing your scalp while wearing braids, use a diluted shampoo or a gentle scalp cleanser to cleanse the hair and scalp without disturbing the braids. Moisturize. Apply a moisturizing conditioner and lightweight oil to your scalp and braids to keep them hydrated and healthy. Maintain healthy braids. Take braids. Give your hair and scalp a break between protective styling sessions to allow for proper hair care and to prevent strain on your natural hair. That's so important too, because I know a lot of people can get alopecia when they don't do that, and your hair starts thinning actually. The braids shouldn't be pulled too tight. I know that. Avoid toxic products. Steer clear of products containing alcohol, parabens, sulfates, heavy silicones, or waxes, which can cause eye dryness, regular scalp dryness, buildup, and damage to your hair. Choose smaller braids. Smaller braids tend to last longer and put less strain on your natural hair and scalp than larger braids. This is the AI overview. Investigations by Consumer Reports and other researchers have revealed that synthetic braids weaves can contain toxic chemical contaminants, including carcinogens, heavy metals, and volatile organic compounds. These contaminants can cause various health issues, including allergic reactions and increased risk of cancer. Allergic reactions. I can't talk today. Increased risk of cancer. Now, the toxic chemicals found in synthetic hair, is carcinogens. Carcinogens, benzene, found in some products. This chemical is known to cause acute myeloid leukemia, a type of blood cancer, and has no safe level of exposure. Methylene chloride. All of the products tested by Consumer Reports contain this probable carcinogen, which has been linked to lung and liver cancer after chronic exposure. The FDA prohibits its use in cosmetics, but they still put it in women's hair. Go figure. Azo, azo dyes and dispersed dyes used to color hair extensions. These industrial textile dyes can be toxic. Azo dyes are restricted in Europe due to safety concerns. I see you ladies wearing these colored hair pieces. That's what you put in your hair. And your favorite rappers, their bodies looking good, but they're destroying their bodies from the inside out. Benzene. We went over that already. Heavy metals. Lead. This heavy metal was detected in 9 out of 10 products tested by Consumer Reports. Extended exposure can lead to brain and nervous system damage, kidney damage, and reproductive issues. In the women, all these cause the majority of damage is reproductive issues, hair follicles, and skin. Also, guys, get a shower filter. All you ladies, all my women and girls watching this, get a shower filter with vitamin C. What is it called? Applications. It pulls out the lead, pulls out heavy metals, pulls out a lot of chlorine, because those regular tap water can cause the same thing that this can. Because your skin is your largest and most important organ. It's going to absorb all those toxins. All right. Cadmium. While found at lower levels in some products, cadmium can accumulate in the body over time and lead to long-term health effects. That's like a radioactive metallic. This is crazy, man. Chromium, nickel, and silver. These and other metals have also been detected in synthetic hair samples. Acetone, emitted when synthetic hair is sealed with hot water. This VOC can act as a respiratory irritant. Other VOCs, volatile organic compounds, VOCs. The heating process can release a variety of other VOCs, which can irritate the eyes, nose, and throat. Endocrine disruptors. They put that in foods. Oh my God. Phthalates. Phthalates, used in hair products to make fragrances last longer and soften plastic. These chemicals can act as endocrine disruptors or endocrine disruptors, interfering with the body's hormone systems. Some studies have found that women of color have higher levels of phthalates exposure due to their use of certain hair products. African American women use far more hair products than Caucasian, Asian, Indian, East Asian, Caribbean, or any other type of women. There's far more beauty products, and so they purposely put these toxins in these hair products and beauty products on purpose. Formaldehyde. This is used in funeral homes to embalm, like it's almost, I think it's added to embalming fluid for dead corpses. It's crazy. This chemical, which can be released from hair extensions and chemical straightening treatments, is a known human carcinogen. Exposure can cause irritant to the eyes, nose, throat, and skin. How exposure occurs. The hazardous chemicals can enter the body through several pathways. Dermal absorption. The chemicals can leach out to the fibers, can leach out of the fibers and be absorbed through the skin, especially with prolonged contact or when heat is applied. Inhalation. When synthetic hair is sealed with hot water or heat tools. It can release toxic fumes that are inhaled. Ingestion. Small pieces of the brittle hair can break off and be accidentally ingested. I don't know, that's pretty far-fetched right there. Health effects. The potential health effects from these contaminants include allergic reactions, rashes, severe itching, and scalp irritation are common reactions caused by chemicals in the fibers. Respiratory issues. Inhaling VOCs can lead to breathing difficulties, throat tightening, and irritation of the eyes, nose, and throat. Increased cancer risk. Long-term exposure to carcinogens like benzene and methylene chloride is linked to a higher risk of leukemia and other cancers. Reproductive issues. Some chemicals such as lead and phthalates can act as endocrine disruptors or endocrine disruptors and lead to reproductive problems and hormonal disruptions in adults. Developmental problems. For children who wear synthetic hair, lead exposure can impair brain development and cause developmental issues. I know, guys, that's a lot, right? I know, guys, that's a lot, right? That's why you guys have to be very intentional about what you put on your head. I know it's harder, takes longer to dress your hair and prepare it when you go to a natural route, but that's something that we might have to start thinking about, ladies, to eliminate a lot of chemicals in our bodies. A lot of what you put on your head, all of what you put on your head, actually, it gets absorbed into your body, and they attack our the absorption pathways. They put in toxins in our products, guys. Your feet, the bottom of your feet, is one of the most absorbable points on your body. That's why putting cut red onions in your socks while they're worn at night and sleeping helps pull toxins out of your body. And one way to get to start, detoxing toxins out of your body is to do like a lemon water, lime water detox with ginger, garlic. You get some wormwood, because wormwood and certain other herbs not only pull out, they deworm, but they also can help get rid of toxins. Certain forms of zeolite, but you got to make sure it's all natural, potent form. But we got to detox, guys. Exercise, sweating helps push toxins out of the body after you've already applied a detox element by ingesting it. Yeah, like I said, try to remember everything in this video. Go back and use it as a reference point. Take breaks, longer breaks in between your braiding sessions, and just be very methodical and very intentional. Like, just be very aware. The chances you can, if you have someone that can do your hair, or if you have a chance to upkeep it by buying natural products, do that. But that's it, guys. All my ladies out there, make sure you check out all my fitness, nutrition, and wellness content. I just want to put this video out here because I know it's very important. It really means when your body is absorbing these chemicals and you can get all these cancers or debilitating diseases, it really means the difference between life and death. It means the difference between having a higher, greater quality of life, or having a terrible quality of life and shortening your lifespan severely. All right? But tell me what you guys think about this video, ladies. Even boyfriends, husbands that may be watching it, share it with your women, aunties, moms, mothers, sisters, and for my Caucasian ladies, Indian ladies, for those few that might be actually adding applications to their hair too, also use this as a reference point. But that's all I wanted to say, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Please share the video. Please comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you knew all of these different things were in place, or if you had certain suspicions, weren't sure. Let me know if you've experienced anything, regarding your hair in these products. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.